but the Big Six are expecting to report slower sales by 2025. Here's Chuck Palm with that in today's Tech Report.
In a new report from USB Global Research Strategists, the Big Six tech stocks, otherwise known as Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Nvidia, and Microsoft, are expected to decline by as much as 15.5% by the first quarter of 2025. Lead strategist Jonathan Galoob said, "Our downgrade of the Big Six from overweight to neutral is not predicated on extended valuations or doubts about artificial intelligence." USB also forecasts that other tech stocks are expected to perform better in the first quarter of 2025. The Big Six tech stocks are seen as a bellwether for the tech sector and for the performance of the S&P 500. They are expected to report their quarterly results over the next couple of weeks. One factor attributed with the decline of the Big Six tech stocks is the COVID rush on PCs. Once the pandemic was over, the demand subsided and the economy reopened and profits suffered due to waning demand. Leave a comment at allthetoptech.tech. I'm Chuck Palm.
We're up to sports now on America in the Morning. Here's our Robert Workman.
NBA playoffs, the Cavaliers clocked the Magic 96-86 for a 2-0 series edge. Cleveland has not trailed for even a second so far in that series. The Knicks were down 5 with 30 seconds to play, but got trades from Jalen Brunson and Dante DiVincenzo to stun the Sixers and take a 2-0 lead for Coach Tom Thibodeau.
That's how quick you can change. You need good fortune. Sometimes the ball bounces your way.
Out west, the Nuggets erased a 20-point deficit and tipped the Lakers on Jamal Murray's corner jumper as time ran out. Stanley Cup playoffs in the East, the Hurricanes wiped out a 3-0 deficit with 5 unanswered goals as they blew by the Islanders for a 2-0 lead. Sebastian Alvo and Jordan Martinook scored a try.
Get up on me, is it
Connor McDavid had 5 assists, and the defending champion Golden Knights got by the top-seeded Stars. Baseball, the Phillies blanked the Reds 7-0. Ranger Suarez extended his scoreless inning streak to 25. Cody Clemens, son of Roger, went deep as he filled in for Bryce Harper, who went on the paternity list. A's shut out the Yankees. Zach Gelof's homer in the ninth, the only scoring play of the day. Twins whitewashed the White Sox behind Chris Paddock and Ronnie Henriquez. Braves shut down the Marlins. Bryce Elder and the Statesman with an 8-hitter, while Travis d'Arnaud went deep for the 5th time since Friday. Roland Gorman snapped out of an over 19 slump with a walk-off 2-run taker, lifting the Cardinals over the Diamondbacks. Pirates down the Brewers to snap a 6-game skid. Wins for the Giants, Orioles, Blue Jays, Tigers, and Padres. That's Tuesday Sports.
Thank you, sir. 7 till. When we return on America in the Morning, Ozzy Osbourne, Cher, Peter Frampton, and Kool in the Gang. After these messages.
Hey, John, what's so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early
sitting down with your head on low?
It helps so much.
Get up off your knees, off your knees, off your knees.
abcmouse.com/radio to get your free mouse. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Sponsored by Agent Learning.
Gold is setting new record highs. So where do you purchase gold even for your IRA? Don't believe fake sudden hype to buy gold. Call me, Dr. Mike Fulton, America's gold expert and universal coin and bullion. I've advised the Attorney General and the FTC on consumer protections. I don't have ridiculous markups or overpay. Call Dr. Fulton to buy gold safely and easily by dialing pound 250 on your mobile phone and saying gold expert. That's pound 250 and say gold expert.
Whose turn it was to clean the gutters? But then I had leak filter gutter protection installed. Wait, I told you leak filter had 40 inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee. You never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again. But I visited leakfilter.com
gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today. See what it's all details. Promotion is 20% off plus 10% seems to discount.
Trustworthy, up to date, dependable. We are your news station. News Radio 1440. America in the Morning continues.
And now with your head hung low.
Has announced its 2024 inductees. Kevin Elkins sees who made the list.
Mary J. Blige is one of the three that made their mark in the 1990s.
Sweet like honey too.
The Dave Matthews Band also made the list. And the Tribe Called Quest was honored as well. Some inductees have been major influences since the 1970s. Kool and the Gang are celebrating. The British-American rock band Foreigner was on the list. Peter Frampton came alive as an inductee. And let's not forget hard rock legend Ozzy Osbourne for his solo career. Rounding out the class is an artist whose career goes back to the 1960s. It's not too late for Cher to make it to the Hall of Fame in spite of her criticizing the organization last year. Alex Corner, John Mayall, and Big Mama Thornton were given the Musical Influence Award, while 4 artists were honored with the Award of Musical Excellence. These included legendary singer Dionne Warwick, punk influencers MC5, and producer-songwriter Norman Whitfield also received the honor, along with Jimmy Buffett, who passed away in September. The 2024 induction ceremony will take place on October 19th in Cleveland. I'm Kevin Carr.
A high-speed train that would travel through the desert between 2 major West Coast cities is now in the construction phase. Correspondent Haya Panjwani reports.
A $12 billion high-speed passenger rail line between the 2 cities has started construction. Brightline West is the company that's aiming to lay 218 miles of new track between Las Vegas and another new facility in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Almost the full distance is to be built in the median of Interstate 15, with the station stop in San Bernardino County's Victorville area. Brightline received about $6.5 billion in backing from the Biden administration, including a $3 billion grant from federal infrastructure funds and approval to sell another $2.5 billion in tax-exempt bonds. It aims to be open to ticket holders by 2028, ideally in time for the Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. I'm Haya Panjwani.
A report on donations that were given to the victims of the Maui wildfires show that Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne Johnson made large contributions, but also gave far more money than they said they would. Correspondent Norman Hall reports.
The Entertainment Industry Foundation, a nonprofit that helps celebrities administer charitable work, says it has raised and distributed almost $16 million to Maui wildfire survivors. The foundation won't be specific, but a list of smaller contributors reveals most of the money was donated by Oprah Winfrey and actor Dwayne Johnson. Both have ties to Maui and had pledged $10 million. At the time, the amount was met with some criticism, given Winfrey's wealth and extensive estate in Maui. The $60 million donated was dispersed between September and February to some 8,100 adults, a significant portion of the 12,000 people the state of Hawaii estimates were displaced. I'm Norman Hall.
America in the Morning for Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024 is produced by Jeff McKay. Senior producer Kevin Delaney. I'm John Trout. This is Westwood One.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1, find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2, have a plan to get there. Step 3, make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all three with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance is not guaranteed.
The news you need, the news you can trust, the news you depend on. News Radio 1440. More at newsradio1440.com. WLWIAM is News Radio 1440. Also heard on 95.1 HD3 FM in Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Pro-Palestinian protests have spread to college campuses coast to coast this Passover.
End the occupation now! End the occupation now!
Demonstrations have shut down Cal Poly Humboldt through tomorrow. Dozens have been arrested at Columbia University in New York.
Many of the people you see here today are Jewish. Anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism are two very different things.
Adam Lehman heads Hillel International.
Their family members, in some cases, themselves experienced aspects of the Holocaust. And so when they see these chants, of course, they feel it deeply.
A former tabloid publisher is expected to be back on the stand at former President Trump's criminal fraud trial in New York. Correspondent Robert Custom is at the courthouse.
David Pecker was called as the prosecution's first witness and in very brief testimony acknowledged the National Enquirer used checkbook journalism to pay for stories, but wasn't asked about the 2015 meeting yet. He'll be back on the stand today.
The first order of business, though, will be a hearing on whether Mr. Trump should be held in contempt of court for defying a gag order over a flurry of criticism on social media. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman.
The prosecution is going to ask for money for every violation. So if they once were asking for $3,000 by today, we'll see how much money they're asking.
The city of Baltimore has filed a lawsuit against the owners of the Dali container ship that crashed into the Key Bridge. Correspondent Cammy McCormick.
The lawsuit alleges negligence by the ship's owners for leaving the port of Baltimore without fixing known power problems. City Councilman Zeke Cohen.
This is about Baltimore uniting together, standing strong amidst this tragedy, and making sure that people are held accountable that played a role in it.
The collision brought down the bridge and killed 6 construction workers. Baltimore is seeking a jury trial in the case.
Police in L.A. have arrested a 29-year-old man in a break-in at Mayor Karen Bass' home Sunday.
I am fine. My family is fine. And we are going to do everything we can to keep Angelino safe.
Police say Ephraim Hunter served 7 years in Massachusetts for assault with a deadly weapon. His mother says he was set to enter a drug treatment clinic yesterday. The Supreme Court hears arguments today in the case of a man from Los Angeles denied a visa after he married a U.S. citizen. Years later, the couple learned the federal government tagged him as an MS-13 gang member because of his tattoos. S&P futures are up 12.
Hey,
Dow futures.
Don't wear the tattoos.
CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different.
That's because your brain is losing its oxygen.
You also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzz. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's starting with the whoop. Speech.
I just want to say...
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? I'm feeling pretty good myself. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Could be a lot worse.
Love that guy. Me too.
Know your buzz warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz drive.
Thank the good Lord for another day above ground.
And the Ad Council.
Abandoned shopping carts have become a big problem.
In Thornton, north of Denver, City Development Director Randy Grant says residents have had enough.
We've gotten a lot of code compliance calls reporting abandoned carts. The homeless people will use them.
Toby is one of those residents.
People are getting lazy. Yeah, they don't care anymore.
Grant says the city is going to require stores to retrieve their abandoned carts or be charged for every one the city collects.
Up until now, we haven't had a way to connect them back to the retailer and ask the retailer to pay the cost of the collection.
Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
John Bon Jovi admits he hasn't been a saint. 62-year-old rocker tells The Independent he and his wife wouldn't be celebrating their 35th anniversary next week if it weren't for her tolerance. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
For 65 years, Guardian Credit Union has been your trusted financial partner, and now we're proud to extend that trust further by introducing Guardian Insurance Services. Whether protecting your home, car, or even your business, we've got the coverage that fits your needs. Our team is here to guide you every step of the way with the personalized service you know and love. Call 334-819-7555 for a free quote today. Guardian Insurance Services, building on 65 years of trust, now safeguarding your future.
Gold is setting new record highs. So where do you purchase gold even for your IRA? Don't believe faith celebrity hype to buy gold? Call me, Dr. Mike Fortune, America's gold expert at Universal Point and Williams.
Got to tell you how you feel.
Call Dr. Fortune to buy gold safely and easily by dialing pound 250 on your mobile phone and saying gold expert. That's pound 250 and saying gold expert.
What's new in the world of window treatment? I'm Ben here with Just Blinds in Prattville with the answer. Motorization, and more motorization options than ever before. Any window treatment we offer at Just Blinds can easily be motorized and customized to your preferences, including shades, blinds, drapery, and yes, even shutters. All easily programmed to your smartphone and essentially any brand of home automation system. To learn more about motorization options, visit us at Just Blinds in Prattville or online at gojustblinds.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details on important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
Good morning, Alabama.
Good morning, Alabama. Oh.
Amazing deals store-wide. Men's from 99, Bulls from 209, Queens from 329, Kings from 419, plus up to $400 off on the whole runway. Don't wait. Improve your life now with a new mattress from Wolf Boys Bedding next to American Oak Mall. Don't count sheep, get a great night's sleep. Wolf Boys Bedding next to American Oak Mall. Come shop the best furniture store in the River Region.
The Rustic Furniture Outlet at American Oak and more.
Handmade solid wood furniture at factory direct prices.
Up to 70% off every day.
How can we sell so cheap?
Because we are a direct outlet for the factory.
We have over 2,500 items in stock available for immediate pickup or having delivered.
Bedroom sets, tables and chairs, occasional tables, consoles, chairs, bar stools. If it's rustic, we got you covered.
Come shop the best furniture store in the River Region.
The Rustic Furniture Outlet at American Oak and more.
News Radio 1440 is everywhere you are. On the radio, online at newsradio1440.com, and on our app. You can also listen on your smart home speaker. News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Wendy's.
Wendy's new Cinnabon pull-apart is here to satisfy morning cravings with its warm, sweet cinnamon
Hello.
roll dough, gooey texture, and signature cream cheese frosting.
Who's this?
The best part in every bite this morning with Wendy's
Don't sound like the man.
pull-apart only at participating restaurants.
Oh, is it? Oh, well. Oh. Mr. Mayor.
I gotta get on out there today.
What you gonna give me time to get by?
What? when you got some resources,
Also, now I got to pay for it.
That's right.
Oh, okay. All right.
But 36.6 million, ain't that pretty good?
That's our money. We getting back. He ain't giving up his money.
No, that ain't your money.
I got a little bit of it.
No, listen, for every dollar we send up, we get $3.74 back from the federal government. now, y'all don't call that welfare with anybody else.
Well, that's because
don't try to justify it now.
You guys have been so used to getting money from the federal government till we surrender our soul almost to them people.
Who are you guys? The American people? Oh,
yeah,
the American people.
Especially in Alabama.
Oh, well, Alabama folks don't
I mean, people walk around with the flag all the time. Individualism, right on, right on. And then next thing you know, you got your hand. Our school system sucks because we're getting money from the federal government. Now we can't spank our kids no more. They don't learn very much unless they're in the magnet program. And what really gets me is that people who are in charge of these programs are people who've gone to very good schools, where excellence was the standard and not the byproduct. But our schools, well, don't make them work so hard because, you know, their daddy wasn't home and their mama working 2 jobs. Okay.
That ain't what we're saying. That ain't what we're saying.
Teacher comes to me, a child goes to a teacher a couple weeks ago. He says, "Bitch, don't you know who I am?" And the teacher looks at the child, takes the child to the office. By the time she gets back to her desk, the child back. The office sent him back to her office, to his classroom. What we gonna learn from that exchange right there?
That's fair.
Okay, I mean, but it's going on. And IEPs. Oh hell, we got individual education programs. So you want to come to school now, raise all holy hell? We just put it on a disease, slap you with an IEP, and set you in the code. You need a BELT is what you need. But man, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
But you know, I had to get on you about this crime.
About what?
About this crime.
Yeah. You been getting on everything about crime then. Anybody can say that.
But we ain't got but one man.
Oh, well, I don't mind that. Lord, I ain't doing the crime. When I'm doing the crime, that's a different story.
It's kind of like throwing enough crap against the wall, somebody's gonna stick on you. So some of you ain't responsible for it. Of course not. You're accountable for it.
Well, that's fair. That comes with the seat. You balance that.
So I want to get some solutions, man.
Well, it's gonna cost us some money. But we're gonna start with that occupation tax I proposed 4 years ago. So we're gonna start there.
But isn't it a matter that money is really not the issue when it comes to policing? We need people. We need body. We need people who want to do the job.
Yeah, but money helps with that now. As with anything, money helps. It's not everything, but it helps, to have some of that.
It does, but again, before your time, when your dad and everybody was in the city council, they didn't have as much money as we got now.
No, but you had a different economy then. The military is short. Are you military? You veterans? You know the military is short. The Army is short.
Well,
Air Force is short. Everybody's short.
Right.
So it used to be that you only had a few tracks to go to get what would be the American dream. You got a lot more opportunities now. We got a lot more. So you don't have kids young people that are as active outside as they once were. They don't grow up on farms. They don't grow up outside. They're more inside. They're more technical.
But that's still our fault.
Well, society evolves. Society changes.
Well, evolve, but change it ain't necessarily evolution. It is transition maybe, but
no, I think what we utilize with technology, what we utilize through the advancements that we have, that's evolution. AI, you got ChatGPT, what you got?
I'm gonna do something with you today I'll never do. That's play our. No, get it. Never mind. You get it.
You gotta slide the family stone.
So you want to play? That's what you're trying to do.
And good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well. Next up is Our Daily Bread. After Our Daily Bread comes His Honor, the Mayor, the Honorable Stephen Reed. I mean, I'm gonna treat him right this morning. It's gonna be tough on us. I'm gonna whoop on him like a dog on a bone. We'll be back.
Yeah. So you got a different food, man. Everybody is down. I don't care what it is.
Today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread.
Well,
My name is Win Collier, and I wrote today's piece.
look here, you ain't planning on putting everybody from Morehouse in every office, are you?
On December 30th.
Although, now people are complaining about it. So wait a minute. I don't have a problem when you put all your brothers and sisters in it, as long as they're capable of doing the job. And you got to put people around you that you trust.
I agree.
And there is a camaraderie. There's a connection between you guys. Just like me, when I find out somebody's been in the Army and they served honorably, did their job, I'm more likely to look at them than I am somebody who didn't serve. And not because they're so special, but now they got to do their job.
Exactly.
They're going to do their job. But now, this thing with your former police chief, that I'm glad I had something to do with getting rid of.
24,645 soldiers died.
Is he related to your
Our
wife?
human efforts to create peace
Okay,
inevitably
so where did that come from?
But you just say throw some up against the wall.
Well, where? What's wrong?
to ignite somewhere else.
But I said, don't make no difference.
Racial dispute
I mean, but you know, man, he did have a lot of baggage.
distress again.
No,
Months
he
later,
didn't have a whole lot.
He didn't have a lot of baggage. He
the
wasn't under
scriptures tell us
investigation.
that
No.
God is our only
He was
trustworthy
listen.
peacemaker.
What he wasn't
Jesus
found
said it
guilty
plainly in
of.
John
Oh, okay. Well, that's the standard. Then Trump is a good man.
Have peace.
Well, Trump has been found guilty. Though.
Have
Not of anything legitimate.
No, now you say legitimate.
Not
No,
anything legitimate.
now you say
Not
legitimate.
anything legitimate.
No, he's been found guilty in civil court. That's what y'all say about OJ.
It makes real
Well, listen.
You said OJ was guilty. He found guilty in civil
No.
court.
What I don't understand about our system of jurisprudence.
world, we will
Wait a minute.
have
So I'm innocent over here, but when they come to taking my money, we got a whole different standard here. So if I did it in money court, then I should have been guilty in
God makes peace.
regular courts. So I think we call that 2 bites at the apple.
Well, some do. You're right. Some very much do.
Reading this from John chapter 16, verses 25 to 35.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you getting that, brother. I know y'all.
Though I have
I don't know why everybody. I'm up at 5 something in the morning. I'm just not on. I'm checking emails and returning checking out. So I'm doing work.
Hey, man, why don't you ever invite me to go to Washington, D.C.?
Because I want to be invited back.
Okay. Okay. But I do honor the office, even though I can't honor the man.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Look, we all. Most of us do. I ain't gonna say we all do now, because some people don't. So I'm not gonna say we all do. Some people don't. Yeah, but I do.
Now we can see that you know all.
At least I don't need to ask that question no more.
No, you don't need to ask that no more. You don't need to ask that. But they got to do better rumors than unrelated to somebody. I mean, all black folks related.
Well, we are some certain kind of way, yeah. And if you believe in the Adam and Eve scenario, then we all are related.
Well,
yet I am not alone. My Father is with me.
Man, how many infomercials you got?
Well, see, this is why I told him have you come at 7:30, because I do certain things first thing in the morning.
You're supposed to adjust that.
Well, I know, but I can't adjust.
What time did you have my brother on here? Did he have to wait this long to talk?
Yeah. And the problem is, and I can't put you before the good word, so it's only a couple of minutes, then we're ready to go after this.
We need so much peace in our world.
I just gotta.
Well, look, I'm gonna get you some real preaching in. You gonna spend a good word. We're gonna get you some real preaching.
I can't get a black bitch to come up there.
Huh?
In Jesus' name we pray.
We'll get some.
I tried.
You ain't drive for real, man. You like supposed to tell me they can't find nobody. Well, we don't know where to find it. We don't know where to go. That's what you're looking.
And good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well. This is Kevin Elkins, and along this morning, early in the morning, as a matter of fact, is to honor the mayor of the city of Montgomery, Now, I'm cutting some of my stuff short this morning because the man's got a healthy schedule. Probably got to get on the phone and beg Biden or something like that.
Hey, begging Biden works.
Yeah.
Begging Biden works.
That's a I don't know where he is.
Hey, look, listen, but I know the former president knows where he is when he's awake.
we gonna beat all y'all up there anyway, so we all right with that. Anyway, good morning, Mr. Mayor. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am fine. Top of the line this morning. What's on everybody's? You got a mouthful. You got an earful. Excuse me. A couple weeks ago at the city council meeting, and about the crime in the city of Montgomery.
Yeah.
We realize you're not responsible for crime. I kept saying that, and somebody pointed out my error in the use of words, but you are accountable to it, for it, or not for, but at least accountable to it. And that just seems to be the biggest thing going on in the city of Montgomery right now. And plus, what y'all screwed the people on Blue Cross Blue Shield. But
we had
you did. Yeah. You should have made it. You should have made it backwards. What's that word I'm looking for? Retroactive, and let those people keep their stuff that y'all promised them.
Yeah, that's easier said than done, and more costly than one thing. Listen, we all are dealing with changes in healthcare, but we don't want to get on healthcare Medicaid expansion, do we? Yeah. We don't want to get on expanding.
I'm with you on Medicaid expansion. Okay, I'm with you on that.
Get some of your other listeners who have influence on the other side of the aisle to understand that in part that's why we're seeing these rural hospitals close, and in part that's why we're seeing the challenges of healthcare all around Central Alabama, not just in Montgomery. But benefits wise, we'll have another bite at that apple, as you just said. We'll have another chance to take a look at it, and we'll see if somebody else comes with the plan. It's only, I think, a 1-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe we can get out after 1 year, maybe 3. We can get out after 1. So we have a better proposal with better benefits, including my own, then I'll be open to that.
Okay. Before we get to anything,
you want to get the crime? Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, we have a tendency in America to complain a lot.
And just a little bit.
And I'm one of them too. But the one thing I'm not complaining about is you having security. Whether the average Joe Blow thinks it's necessary or not.
I didn't know that was a complaint.
Yeah. Maybe only on this station.
I mean, every mayor has had that. Every mayor in Montgomery has had that. So I don't know that we're doing nothing different.
They say they got like 4 or 5 cars set in the yard, making sure ain't nobody come in here.
No, they're saying we got 4 or 5 cars that think I live in a black neighborhood. That's what we have in certain driveways. Which we do in a couple. They would be right about that, but not city cars.
Okay. And some people are complaining that these folks are getting off the regular shift, then have to be made to do security for you. Which, hey, sorry about that. That's like being a soldier.
Yeah, but that's not true.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not true.
Okay. Crime in the streets of Montgomery. Again, somebody admonished me the other day for saying that you're responsible for it. And of course you're not, but you are accountable for it. What are we trying to do about this? I mean, no, it's not your. We got people. I mean, it's scary to go in the streets now.
Well, listen, I tell people I don't live out of fear. I mean, I don't. I walk by faith. So what God has for me is what it'll be. I don't worry about what may happen on I-65, I-85, and we get an update every day. There's a car crash. I still get
there was a shooting last week on.
Well, listen, that on I-85, you're exactly right. Yeah. There was that. So listen, I think we've got to look at the proliferation of guns in this society. I think we've got to look at the proliferation of violence in this society. The lack of conflict resolution leads to all those things. Disagreements between people as old as mankind. It's how you solve them, right? And so you have people say, well, it's not the guns. Well, if it wasn't the guns, I'm going to use an analogy here. I don't think the United States government wants everybody to have a nuclear bomb. Would you say that?
No.
Okay. That's just part of it. That's a mainstay in our foreign policy, correct? Why? Because we know that there's some countries, there are some leaders that we think are a little bit more dangerous if they were allowed to have nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing happens as it relates to the common person on the street. Not everybody needs a gun just because you can have one. And when we tried to say that, when the state legislature passed permitless carry bills, when the Sheriff's Association, including our sheriff here in Montgomery County, when the Police Chiefs Association, including then Police Chief, advocated against that, our district attorney, everybody in law enforcement, including mayors of cities, large cities in this state advocated against it, we would run over down the legislature. So I say that to say that's in part one thing. And when you talk to people off the record, or you talk to those that are in the community about why we have so many more shootings, they said, well, you know, everyone thinks the other person has a gun. So they believe that they should have one, and they don't should have one, they should fire first. And that is part of the culture that we're dealing with now. And so unfortunately, we do hear more gunshots. I hear them because of where I live, where I don't have. How many cars you said they said I had? 4 or 5. They also said I had like 2 Escalades too. So
yeah,
okay. So I mean, it don't take much to get some rumor started on Nextdoor or Facebook. It doesn't take a whole lot of.
How many Escalades you got?
0. I don't like Cadillacs, and my dad does. But I'm not a Cadillac man. And my mom.
Where that lie come from?
Yeah. Well, you know, it doesn't take much to have that.
That's true.
But I think with crime, you know, we're always looking for ways to be proactive, whether it is through funding education, whether it is through putting more programs in community, more resources in community services, but also supporting those organizations that are out there that are really, really doing good work in the community to prevent this. And then finally, you know, we're trying to make sure through our Office of Violence Prevention and some initiatives that we adopt best practices to address that. Why you roll your eyes? They can't see, but I can. Why you roll your eyes?
Office of Violence Prevention.
Correct.
How that working out for us?
Well, listen. Let me say this. Let me say this. Now, you know, our data, our stats are down year over year. Okay. Now, to the average person, it doesn't matter if it's your business, if it's your house, if it's your friend or neighbor or whomever who's gotten their car broken into or who's had much worse happen. It doesn't matter what the data says. So the data points in a positive direction year over year. Now, I go back 2 years, it's flat. So still not what we want to see. All right. So I tend to look at things through that lens. Where's the crime happening? What type of crime? What times and that sort of thing. So we're always looking at, you know, that information to try to drive decisions.
But you really think an Office of Violence Prevention has even a modicum of
results and impact?
Yeah.
100%, yes. Now, I think that as we continue to grow it out, we're still in its infancy. As we continue to grow it out, I think it will have much more impact, and we're getting better ideas. And that's why we had the 2-day summit with the Mayor Selma.
And we had the same summit last year.
What's that?
We had the same summit last year. We still got many people shooting each other.
Oh, listen. I agree that there are too many shootings. You haven't heard me disagree with that one bit, and I won't. But there are always things I believe we can do in order to bring about better outcomes in our community to make it safer for everyone, regardless. Matter to me, each shooting is a shooting. I don't say, well, did it happen in this part of the city or did it happen there? It's a crime issue. It's a statistic. It's an incident. We want to solve it, but certainly I believe the community, along with some of the initiatives that some of our council members have brought up and others that we have initiated along with community feedback, has been helpful.
Our numbers are 860-1440. Our guest is Arizona Mayor Stephen Reed. You can give us a call. And hold on, let me ask him one more question here. And when you guys call in, I really don't have time for the life story. Ask the man a question, let him answer the question. And Mayor, if you could, make the answer short and concise so we can get more people in to talk to you. Police chief, why can't we have second in charge? We have a lot of local folks here who started as cadets who are now in the full swing of things in the police department. Why is it necessary to go someplace else and get a police chief when we have some homegrown people here?
Well, one of those homegrown people have to apply, number one. Number two, they have to be qualified by today's standards. And number three, they have to be recommended. You know, I don't just pick somebody out of a hat.
Why couldn't you?
Well, I can, but I don't. I think it's better to cast a wide net. I think it's better to try to find the best that you can have. And to lead any department. I do that with any cabinet. I'm not really parochial like that. Now, you know, in part that's why we've gotten the results, because we've been very limited in our approach, and that's why in part Montgomery has stagnated for the last 40 plus years. So, you look to bring on the best people you can bring on in every position. So it's not just chief. It doesn't matter if it's public works director. It doesn't matter if it's economic development. It doesn't matter what position.
But theoretically, if I hold the second chair, if I hold the second chair, I should be qualified to hold the first chair.
Yeah.
So we got a guy in there now that's given the title interim.
Acting,
excuse me. Why don't we just go and make him police chief?
Well, there are a couple of things. You just said one, they're homegrown people. Homegrown people leave too. So we don't know who's homegrown and who's left to take a federal job. We don't know who's homegrown that's left to take.
But they're there right now, though.
What's that?
He's there. He's doing the job at the moment.
Yeah.
Why didn't you make him the chief?
Well, he may be the chief, but we go through a process. I mean, that's the. I don't operate like that just because you're next up. That means you're guaranteed.
But then why have a next up if I'm not good enough for the first chair?
No, you can be, but you have to prove that. And so we have a committee that we had of law enforcement leaders and officials that screened all of our top 5, top 7 candidates. But we had a search firm that was made up of 2 former police chiefs that identified over 99 applicants. That gave us, probably half of that for us to evaluate, and then we kind of whittled it down. And that's what most cities do. You may end up in hiring internally. And Chief Hall, I think certainly is a good man, and may be. But at the same time, you have to show not just to me, but you have to show to those who know law enforcement at a higher level than I do, and have different aspects of it, that you are a person that's qualified. Okay. And I think it's very important that we don't have selective memory. That committee graded Daryl Albert number 1, and it wasn't close. So that committee was made up of law enforcement officials. That committee was made up of community leaders, and that's what we got along with the search firm. So,
okay, one more question. I go to the phone. I'm hearing rumors, and if you
rumors ain't hard to hear. I mean, you don't have to. You hear rumors in your sleep, but keep going.
Well, I'm hearing rumors that we had some issues with our fire department leadership. Any truth to the rumor?
Well, rumors with any leadership. Depends on what the rumors are. But I don't act on rumors. As I said in the press conference the other day, I act on facts.
All right.
So when you bring me facts and not emotions and not hearsay and innuendo, that's when we act.
Right. Good morning. You're on the air with the mayor. Morning. Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for the comments and the question. From our standpoint, we're always looking at what ways can we make an impact in the city, again, to make it safer. And to the degree that we have, random shootouts on I-85 and throughout the counties here around us, or if it's on the Atlanta Highway in East Montgomery, or if it's on the Northern Boulevard, those are things that we try to identify where some of the problem spots are and who some of the problem people are, to be honest with you. And certainly, I think visibility and making sure that not only through technology and the use of cameras and things along those lines in the Star Watch system, but also the involvement of our police department being there at different times and being in some of these hot spots is one area. But let me say this, when 2 people have a disagreement that spills over into the streets, there's not much the police department can do, because we don't know those things until they happen, unless we're tipped off. What happened to Ms. Dix was very, very unfortunate. We've had that happen in Sheridan Heights, people in their own homes getting shots and bullets coming through the front window. We've had that happen in West Montgomery and South Montgomery. it's a lack of really concern for other life, another person's life. It's also just a recklessness that's involved. But I will say this: the community has been tremendous here, more so than other cities in this state, in working with us and helping us identify these perpetrators, which is why our clearance rate for so many of these crimes is much higher than the national average, above 64%. National average stands around high 30s, low 40s. So I think the community, for identifying that, what we have to do obviously is try to take some of these folks off the streets and be proactive to get them off the streets before something like that erupts that causes an innocent person to be hurt, much less killed.
You on there with the mayor?
Yes, sir. Good morning. Thank you. I'm not really, I don't think Metro anything is needed at this time. Now, I reserve the right to change my mind if facts prove me otherwise. But I think the police department and sheriff's office have a great relationship, along with Aaliyah at the state level as well. So I think that we've got great working relationships between all branches of law enforcement, one in the city. I don't think that there's a need here. I don't know enough about why Charleston did or didn't do what they did as it relates to Metro services. That said, there are a lot of partnerships and a lot of things that the sheriff's department works on very, very much with the police department, again, as well as the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. So those things are already taking place without, I guess, maybe a formal approach to that. And Kevin, what was the other part of the question that he asked? I'm sorry.
I was reading something.
The other thing was the recruiting. So we have changed our recruiting approach, and I've gotten some feedback from officers about ways that we can recruit a little better. I think it's very helpful, and I think it's important for us to understand too, as I was mentioning to Kevin before we came on, there's shortages all around this state. I mean, literally by a quarter to a third, in some cases a little bit more than a third in the major cities. So all of us are short because our pool is shrinking, because there are a lot of job opportunities. But guess what? There aren't people shooting at you. Guess what? You don't have to run after people as well. So there are a lot of opportunities out there. When we look at this labor market, and people are taking those chances, and they're making those choices, to do just that. Oh, let me say one last thing. Okay. And then the other piece I think we also have to look at is certainly, we put in a 14% pay increase 2 years ago. We're coming back now with a significant increase that the council has been deliberating on for at least the last month, and we'll implement that very soon. And we're casting a wider net for those recruits so that we can improve those numbers. But we have different academy classes. This isn't the only class of the academy. We hadn't had 75 or 35 in many, many years, and that precedes me. So again, we've been seeing things change, and the trend is not just changing in Alabama, because I sit on two national committees around public safety, and I can tell you that that's the national trend across this country, including the military.
But the thing that has crept into our culture in America is political correctness. one of your
Well,
one
you
of
gotta go
one,
correct.
well, let me tell you,
It.
let me tell you, one of your police officers who
Uh-huh.
was fired some time ago was fired because he cussed out somebody that was a crook. And so
I don't know if that's the truth.
Well, it's
again,
the truth. Yeah, it's true.
You haven't seen the file, and I don't comment on the file. So how you know if it's the truth? You don't know. You going off of what
he told me.
Okay, that's one version. That's one side of it.
Well,
I have not seen anything come across it. Hold on.
Political correctness
Let's be clear.
is part of the fabric of America now.
Well, you can't pick and choose when you like political correctness and when you don't.
I ain't never liked it.
Well, it is what we have to deal with, and it's there for a reason. Somebody calls you out your name and says something that was not politically correct, as they were saying years ago.
Yeah.
Then that might not go over very well with you or somebody else. So call it what you want. I mean, to me, I call
so we worry about people's hurt feelings.
No, look, that's part of it. That's part of it.
That's why we can't get nobody no police.
No, that's not true. Listen, that's not true. I mean, this whole notion of you gotta show through blood, sweat, and tears.
Okay.
Everything to prove your qualifications.
Okay. This kind of go along with your NDO. That kind of goes along the same philosophy with that too.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. Did I tell you what I did? I had an experiment in your office one day. When you came up with the NDO, people are who they think they are, blah, 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 blah. So I walked up there and tried to go to your office. The guy said, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm going to my office." He said, "Where's your office at?" I said, "I'm the mayor." And the guy showed me the door. Okay, so
what does that have to do with it?
Because just because you think you something doesn't make you that.
That has nothing to do
Okay,
with
I just go back forward right quick. Good morning on there.
That was a reach.
No, that's what happened. They put me out. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Mm-hmm. Yes, Yes, listen, I think the police department's done a great job of being visible, being active in the community, being engaged, and I think again the community has been very engaged with us. I think that Montgomery, when I talk to my colleagues, does a much better job actually of talking to us and talking to our police about problem areas that they either see or they have heard and making us aware. So we're grateful for that. But I want to, as the city has grown geographically, certainly it's become harder to have people as many places we want. In particular, when you have fewer people, so there's no getting around having fewer people and the demands that are placed on our officers each and every day. So again, we're looking at ways to maybe bring in some outside partners to assist, let's say with traffic accidents. When someone traffic accident, it often takes an inordinate time. Well, and I'm sorry to hear that. So we have been looking at a solution that's still large and we'll be implementing probably before the end of June with a company that will do just traffic accidents. That will free up some of our to really address these violent crimes and address some of the other things that really are plaguing the community. We want that the accident addressed. We've also got that partnership and support from the Alabama law enforcement agency, the sheriff's department, helping us. So we're looking at collaborating to kind of multiply.
Gotta take a break. We'll be right back. Mayor's got to leave at 8, so we're gonna come back and take some of a few last comments. One more thing. Do we do a good job? We're in a military town, which means you got people ETS and PCS and are just retiring. Our efforts to get some of those people to because the first position, a military policeman has to go through your academy.
They said that the April certified. I don't know how that works. If they have been MP, that's a good question. Somebody who's saying all those women really probably knows. Yeah. But we'll verify it as well. political greatness got to do with?
Because people get crazy. Don't trust the guy.
That's not why. Nothing has come across my desk. But that's why.
This was years. This was years. As a matter of fact, the guy just he needed something out. I want to pay him for them 4 years, but he didn't. It wasn't his fault. He wasn't working. If he got his job back, he ought to be glad. But he did something out. He didn't just cut somebody out. He about to talk to somebody out. He didn't just cut somebody out. That's not what. But then you might have no. It depends on all the circumstances. Sometimes if the man is not clear, you can be disciplined for that. And if you say, hey, that the man wasn't clear, it wasn't policy reason. Again, those are things people don't really appreciate about government. A lot of people feel in the lead. But you do have to adapt your policies and procedures to your practice. And they're not always done in the proper order. So in that case, somebody making their job back because they can say, hey, this was the policy then. It wasn't clearly communicated or clearly stated in our hands. Okay, if you're driving a city vehicle and you can't leave the car running, and somebody takes off with the car, you say you got to go, you say, look, that didn't say that. You might say that's common sense. They might say, where is it in the handbook? Okay. Okay. I'm with you. Make sure my information is correct, but we will do that. That's just it's a more automated. Yeah. So, I think that from our standpoint, the shooting, and his was, that's giving people the now for a shooting, this is a homicide. How many people get shot? Right? Because what I would say is, there's a glorification of being out here in the street. That's some people get shot, and I said, then some of your body parts don't work. Some of the instruments don't work. If people don't tell you that part of the story, you best to, and also I would come to them, but they're not trying to do it. Some people decide if you were permanently injured by that, how do you want to, is that how you want to live? It's not, right? And, they would kind of ask questions when we haven't done about that. People glorify this lifestyle, and they act like it's what you have to do because you're from a certain community. It's not. Help you out of it, but it's not what you have to do. So let's figure out ways that you can get you out of it, and we can get you on the back track. Somebody cares about the brain in the protection. Go over with you together, and then you have political the environment of crack. That's what I'm saying. Wait a minute. Why not? They should be telling every day. They should be telling. That's nobody saying this every rapper doing. Pretty much they do. They're all crazy. That's a whole lot of artists. They're creative. They're not crazy. They're creating space in jail. That's all they do. I can't say. Hey, Miss Brian, how you doing? Oh, yeah. You're going to do it. Why? I'm just laughing at them. Well, people are the same. You know, the man has three. You couldn't say that. The man always has three. Hey, the man, hell, ain't nobody looking for you or something. They do really. We got some people that talk about the Biden money, they talk about this, they talk about Let's start when you get there. Oh, the world is very tough. Let's take an instance. drop a little bit. Yeah. And then the governor did sign this thing about state highways. Well, they can't pay no attention to that. Down by the other day. I gave that $5. He gave me a phone. I said, at least he's selling something. So I really can't get me $5. You ask your forecast to go to all the videos, yeah, I'm going to get it till 1440. Honor the mayor. He's only going to be with us to 8 o'clock. Next time we get, we try to get him for at least a couple hours. I know that's going to be hard because him and Biden have all these conferences all the time. So Biden don't know who the hell it is. He's done. Yeah, but he's Biden. And he just don't know what he's listening to. What's that? He don't know what he's listening to. That's okay. That's just right. Good morning, on there, Mayor. Good morning, sir. No, how you doing? Yeah. That's right. Yes, sir. Which man? There's only one man. Oh, that's what I just made. Mm. Oh, man, you must have been in the meeting just yesterday with the mayor from Huntsville, Birmingham, and Dayton, and everywhere else. We were the Big Ten mayors, and that topic came up because there was a bill in the legislature that one of the mayors of a large city here impact them in a detrimental way. And it's around their boards and their nominating power. This is very key because Montgomery has the least amount of nominating power of any city our size, yet we're held to the same standards of road area. So I believe that the CEO of the city should have same similar powers as an authority as other mayors throughout this state, in particular of your five largest cities. And we do not have that because we've had, really an outdated approach to this. And really, it's advised and consent. It's not sole authority. What it will allow is the mayor to nominate people to the industrial development board, to the water authority, to the airport board, to the airport board, to the. But the city does not give the airport a dime. So why would the mayor need to involve himself in that? Well, because the airport is one. I don't know the last time the airport has asked the city for a dime. Second, because it is it is probably one of the most direct impacts, influences of economic development in the city. And so I think it's very important to understand that. And we have to understand why a lot of these authorities were set up. You talk about. But you don't contribute to the upkeep of the airport, so why would you want the sole authority to? Well, one is it's in our jurisdiction. Two, the council does nominate people to the authority, so there is some responsibility. But with this new bill, you get to after everybody leaves from, you get to nominate them, and after 3 times, from what I understand, they get on the board automatically. No, actually, the 3 times was taken off. Oh, good. So that's fine. Yeah. So, but here's the thing: we talk about schools and everything else. Has the airport gotten better in the last 10 years? I think it has. Where? I don't like planes. Okay, you say you used to jump out of plane. That's a long time ago. Okay, but it's not just the airport. It is to make sure that our authorities are in sync with where the city and where the county are trying to go to grow this community. But shouldn't you contribute to it then financially if you want authority on it?
Well, we've had authority on it, we haven't contributed. So we've already got authority.
That's why we are where we are.
Well, listen,
maybe I should contribute more.
Well, here's the thing. I don't mind an ask or a request. That's number one. The city has done that when it comes to direct flights. So let me make sure the city has helped subsidize flights here and airlines initially. All right, so that has happened in the past. So that's not totally true. It's not a line item in the budget, if that's what you mean. It's not that. But the city does support in many other ways as well. But again, it's not just that authority. It's making sure these authorities are working the best for the citizens.
But isn't it sort of like a grab? Because it's not a grab. Because potentially there's going to be a lot of money connected to that airport.
Well, listen, not if it stays the way it is right now. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in operational efficiency and effectiveness. I don't care if it's a water board, housing board, or any of those things. They impact this community's growth and they impact our ability to attract jobs here that we want to bring. And so sometimes when you don't have the right people on the authorities, you can't get the type of partnership and the type of collaboration that is needed. That's my only thing. Okay. But again, it brings us in line with the Huntsvilles, the Mobiles, the Birminghams, and the Tuscaloosas. So my only thing, if we're going to compare ourselves to those cities, let's have the same level of evaluation, the same level of input.
We don't.
But really at the end of it, it's good government.
We don't really have the time to do it because it's something. A lady called me the other day, a young lady who had a problem with her bill, her gas bill. Okay. She was $20 short. And there was nobody for her to call to say, listen, can you give me some time? Because we don't have local representative, I think, of Spire and the gas company. We got to go to a payment center to pay. Why are we allowing these utility people to come to this city and collect money from us without any of the people who are paying that money direct access to them?
Well, what utility people?
Alabama, Alagasco, Spire, which is the gas company. But we don't have a direct place that these people can call. They got to get on the phone, wait in the phone, a carousel. They don't have any. If I'm only $20 short, well, they're going to cut my gas off because I'm $20 short because I can't call anybody in a reasonable amount of time. We need local representative of any utility that is in this city.
Well, I think we had that with Alabama Power. We haven't. We haven't. We had that with Alabama.
Well, you pay your bill down there.
Okay, well, no, but they got local leaders here as well.
And nobody at the water company.
No, you've got local leadership.
No, we got people on the water board. We don't have no local officer we can go into and say, hey, I'm short here a little bit. Can you help me out?
The water authority will assist you, and if that's a point of contention, again, call the water authority. Number one.
You ever tried to call?
No. Number two, I would say call the city, whose councilmen are appointed to that board.
Mm-hmm. And they got the same problem I got. Like calling the Montgomery Advertiser. Try to call them, you can't get nobody on the phone. Nobody. I tried for 24 hours one time. Couldn't get a human being.
I can't speak for the advertiser. I can speak for the city. We can help our citizens in a number of ways where that's concerned.
Okay. All right. Well, again, I like you just to check into it. See if every utility, water, light, gas, there ought to be somebody local here that old folks can go talk to if they run short, their own Social Security. We taking the price of everything up but their check.
The Public Service Commission is over that.
That's another people who can't be. That's somebody else who can't be found either.
Okay, so the PSC handles that. Okay. But let's make sure that when we talk about the utility, I don't know their management practice.
Well, people that get back with me and so wouldn't let me know who can even call when you need help paying that utility. I'm sure you're gonna come out and cut off this stuff and then charge them $200 to put it back on. Great.
We'll get you the information that you need.
Mayor,
to share with you.
Thank you for coming. Next time, come when you stay longer.
Listen, don't have me waiting for 15 minutes.
That's why you got to come late.
Yeah. Hey, couldn't you be out there doing some work, man?
No. This is work. But a lady called me the other day. She said, I'm coming out of work. I'm going to pay off my gas.
Or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
A new study finds you're most likely to die if your doctor is a woman. The UCLA researchers studied from their medical homes with more than 450,000 female patients and more than 300,000 males. The mortality rate for female patients treated by a female doctor was 8.15%, compared with 8.38% when treated by a man. Among males, the mortality rate was 10.15% when treated by females, compared with 10.23% for males. Sadly, the research shows significant difference. Vicky Barker, CBS News.
Everything tastes great when it's just on the
France is promoting a new buttery version of its famous cracker by offering customers a fancy 24-karat solid gold bar gold shape of a stick of butter. The value, according to the $100,000. Deborah, CBS News.
And we're back. Good morning. I had to go. We never got to stay too long up here, but I tried to get a good question for them. Trying to see if we can get linking up some support for local people on our police departments to be considered, to be primary consideration for the police chief position, whether or not it's done outside the city. Now the mayor told me something. Now I had a lady call me and told me she could not find a place in this town to talk to somebody that your water bill inspired. Does anybody know a physical place where people can go to talk to people if they're having problems with their bill? I don't know where they use one for the gas company. There used to be one downtown for the water company. We don't have that anymore. Uh, Gas company, I don't know. I know Alabama Power does. They got people that they're trying to save sometimes, so that's good. Does there anybody know where there's a place for the gas company? So if I $20 short and I go down and give them all I got, till I don't have any more. But since I'm $20 short, they're gonna cut off my water and my gas, and then it's gonna cost me more money to get it turned back on. So, I mean, if we're going to take the human connection out of utilities, then there's going to be some problems there. So, is there a physical location in city Montgomery for someone to go talk to somebody, fire? I know and I know the water bill. Probably there's no place for the water bill, and if there's a place for the gas company, then I'd sure like to know where it is. So when people call me, sometimes I don't. I know Alabama Power. It's the only utility I know in Montgomery that there is a physical location where you can go down there and and talk to somebody. But the water bill, I don't believe there is a place in town. And we got a water board, as a matter of fact. I'm not sure who's on that board here. That allow, if this is true, they allow this to happen. I mean, there ought to be a place. I mean, with people on Social Security, old folks, and I'm one of them old folks. Not that, uh, that if I need to talk to somebody. I mean, everything's going up with these people's checks. And all of a sudden now they find themselves in a position nobody to call. No sense calling the city council. The city council doesn't maintain the water bill. It's just called the county commissioner. You don't have any authority over the water bill either. So is there a place in this town that somebody can call somebody? I'm just going to put all the water bills. Even if you call the water people on the water board, hell, they can't do nothing either. So who do you call? Where do you get the help from? Me, you can't afford to pay the bill because the bill's going up. And yes, I just like yesterday. I've been sitting the same amount of money for the mortgage, but I forgot the mortgage went up since the tax thing went in. So I'm thinking, oh, man, went up a little bit on that. Now, what if I didn't have that? What if I didn't have that? You know, I want to be taxing my house. Who would support that? Lord have mercy. I think next time I need some extra cash, put a quarter on the Coca-Cola or something like that, because then I can voluntarily not buy that stuff. We need a sugar tax. I forgot, man, when you raise your taxes, your mortgage doesn't go up, but your payment does. And we didn't. That happened. I knew it was going to happen, but it didn't make me. I didn't hit me until the other day. You're late. Why am I late? I've been sending the same thing every month. Anyway, that's just anyway. 1814 report. So if anybody out there knows a physical presence, a physical location in Montgomery right now, where if you have a problem with your water bill or your gas bill, you can actually go talk. Anybody know? 860-1440. 901-5023. Good morning. Thank you. Oh, mm. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know who you are. Yeah. Matter of fact, they did a good article on you in the newspaper some time ago. Yeah, well, television news. I watched the piece. I didn't know the piece again. Yeah, good article. Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, good. Thank you, sir. Interesting question, though. When you get where you go, where will you be? When you know all the things that you want to know, what will you know? That is an interesting perspective. 8:13 in the morning. If you got to be there by 8:50, we got the time to, somebody, again, any individual, whether it be mayor, commissioner, what is that thing that they could do to stem the tide? Um, I think we need to bring back the guys on the truck. I think we need to bring back the guys. Jump Street, we need to bring them back. Our best, our toughest, our meanest guy, we need to bring him back. Okay, open up a can of gas on somebody. People and robbing people's houses. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, I know that may lend itself to some injustice. But you get to a point where you just get tired of your neighbor getting robbed, the guy in the back of you getting robbed, the guy on the side of you been getting robbed. At some point, they're gonna come rob you. I mean, you just get pressure. And it's not about materialism. It's not about materialism. Material thing's gonna be a way after we go. My thing is, can I just keep it while I'm here? Now when I'm gone, you can have it. Okay, but can I keep what I work for? My kids have to worry about getting shot inside their home. I don't know how you fix that problem, but there's going to be some people who are going to have to be made examples to stem some of this crime. It's got to be. Um, and if we don't, it's going to get worse before it gets better. 1440 is our number here. If you want to give us a call, whatever on your phone or whatever on your mind this morning. Good morning on there. Yes. Doing pretty good. All righty then. Matter of fact, somebody called a similar note to Fire Montgomery Operations Center is located at 2951 Chestnut Street. So whenever they come out there, 800 when they're all involved with you. With the 800 292 4008. 800 292 4008. I'm going to go there now. Okay, so that's fire, but there's no place where you can put the human being in prison in the water company. I don't believe there is, but somebody knows and let me know. I'm not talking about a payment center. I'm talking about the water company where they can stop the cutoff of your utility until you get rid of it. Good morning on there. Yeah, I sure have. Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. All right. Well, let's hope that's not the case because that will lead. I mean, people have a right to self-protection, of course, self-preservation. Uh, but if we want to be vigilantes, that's going to mean a lot of innocent people will get hurt. And so we don't want to do that. And listen, I think for the most part, this part of the big but if it happens to be me who say get injured or harmed or robbed or whatever the case may be, well, of course I'm not going to feel that way anymore. But overall, I can say good for you. Not at a, I think I heard somebody the other day say we got 293 officers, police officers. I would imagine that means man, man and staff as well as the troops that ride the streets of Montgomery. 293 sounds kind of small for a city of 100,000 people. But how do we motivate young people to be policemen? Again, I think going on military bases, um, and especially getting guys who are retired because you retire in the military at 30 something years old, so you got another career you can put in front of you. So and let them exempt the military position, exempt them from some of the things, or allow them to get a certain amount of time at the police department, and then go for the post and give them certain things they can do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it with local people, I mean, with military folks coming in and running the office, rather than being on the street. Uh, so I don't know. I don't know if we're doing our due diligence to get some of those guys who have the training, who have the discipline, which is something that's missing in today's society. Discipline. It just seems to me that we should use those sort of resources that are available to us, and we ought to be listen. People who go to Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, all these people, I don't think they see come on the streets of Montgomery. They say they don't have PTSD with that. Let's put it out there. But again, those are people who don't want to take orders, give orders, and at least it used to be that way. I don't really know if it really works that way. I'm quick to engage people these days, and I don't know. And maybe I don't know. I'm not even gonna go. Listen, if a guy goes named John, come out named Jan, and he can still, or whatever they become, if they can still be a good policeman, I'm not opposed to hiring them either. At this point, hey, listen, you may be confused about your sexuality, don't be confused about who you're fitting to arrest. Okay, that's what I'm saying. 8:21 in the morning. If you read it by 8:30, you got 9 minutes to which we shall return. Momentum. Look, I'm going to say, okay, I'm just saying we'll be back in a few moments. Okay, so hang on. And
Talk about a moment of choosing. This has been Joe Biden's moment of truth. And Joe Biden won when the votes were counted and they came in Michigan in the Democratic presidential primary, and over 100,000 Michigan Democratic primary voters voted uncommitted. That was 18.9% of the vote tally, and basically sending a message to Joe that they don't like any support for Israel. Well, ever since then, Joe Biden has offered at best nothing but tepid support for Israel. From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show. Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick often, struggle in school, make it harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good healthy food, energy drinks. With help from caring people across America, no kid hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. We want to ensure that all of our kids have healthy meals every day. Thank you. Thanks for helping feed our kids.
Of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So, if you're self-employed or you're part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze, and right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
My wife and I both needed a mild sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was causing us apart. I had like close nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing would work.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. And it was from the first use, I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing through. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Alexa smart speakers are great because you don't have to turn a dial or push a button to listen to News Radio 1440. Just say, Alexa, play News Radio 1440.
I'm on it.
You're good to go.
And we are back. Good morning. 860-1414. I'm here. Want to give us a call. Love to talk to you. A lot of things going on in the legislature. And if listen, if you don't believe what I said last week, is that they do not work for you. Okay, then you just watch what goes on with this gambling bill and a lottery bill. We can't get one unless they accept the other. You see, so they do not work for you. Okay, they don't. They I don't know who the hell they work for. They just get your check that you send on home tax. That $50,000 a year they get, but they don't work for you. So let us just put a fork in that one. Let us just say, hey, listen, I don't know. We need to call their employer. Okay, we need to call their employer, and talk to them about our concerns because obviously, they don't work for us. They work for. So as soon as we find out which lobbying group they work for, I think we probably do better calling them with Ledbetter and the other guy. I mean, listen, they can't. And as far as leadership is concerned, if you can't convince a group of people in the legislature of what over 75% of the people in this state want, which is just a lottery. I don't care about your gambling and all that stuff. If you can't get that passed, then what good are you? Seriously, what good are you? Okay, so we need to talk to the legislators' employer because obviously it is not us. Okay, let's go to the phone. Good morning. Yes. Say what now? Oh, vigilantes. Oh. Mm. Okay. Good morning on air. Morning. Now that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think they believe the hyperbole that they put out during the election, when it meets reality, it's a whole different world. No, they don't. And listen, the civilian world is the only place where excuses substitute for action. I mean, yeah. I think the standard, right, and I think the standard of leadership has changed so much. We don't live in the Truman era, in the Truman era, or even some of these people just they don't really know. Leadership means more than being in charge. It's the ability to persuade, the ability to influence, and you can influence people one way or the other, and no action or action that's not tailored to the problem, it influences people to keep on doing what they're doing. Yeah. 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 I know when I got here in '91, Emory Farmer was the mayor. And I've talked to him. Me and Emory, we didn't see eye to eye. Of course, he didn't really have to see eye to eye to me because he was the mayor. I wasn't. But I always respected that guy because he said what he meant what he said, and I knew that he was going to try his darnest to carry out what he said. Yeah. And so I don't, I don't know if we have people with that kind of gold nuggets, to do those kind of. Everybody wants to be like I told the mayor this morning. Political correctness is taking us over. So it does. Yeah. Mm. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate it. Somebody said Truman's wife ran the country. Well, at least somebody was running it. I don't know who the hell running it now. Good morning on there. I'm doing fine. Hmm. I just think it's a great idea, but it always transforms itself into complaint. But I think it's a great idea. Yeah, sure, it's a great idea. I'll try that one day. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what the magical ideas people come up with. 860-1440 is the number here. You can text me 901-5022 if you can't get in if you're at work. Good morning. Yeah, pretty good. Hmm. Right. I appreciate it. Here's a question. Now listen, I'm not being anti-woman or anything like that, so don't get me wrong. I like women. But it does seem to me that in America, when cities are ran by females, it's a lot different philosophy. They got this woman up in there. She looks like she's about 30, so maybe 40 years old. Um, um, what's her name? Well, whatever hell her name is. Bolton, Illinois, I think that's where she's from. But it does seem that females lack a certain lack a certain testosterone character to make tough decisions. It does seem that way sometimes. Of course, now in the city, I mean, we got some males that pretty much do the same thing, but women seem to have this personality trait where they want to nurture people. Of course, wait a minute. Most mayors of the cities are Democrat. That's what it. My bad. My bad. I'm wrong. I got it now. It ain't. It's got nothing to do with female or male. It's about being a Democrat. Okay. 8:39 in the morning. We'll be back right after this. Anyway, so if anybody, if somebody, I need to know who employs our state representatives. So if anybody can find out which lobbying firm they work for, can somebody just, cause I'll call them live on the air. I just have to call them out because I need to talk to somebody's boss this morning because these guys can't pass a a bill strictly for a lottery. So I need to talk to their boss. Okay, I need to call. So anybody give me a number to a lobbying firm. I'll call the boss of our legislator because it ain't the governor. It's certainly not us. So I need to call them. So anybody can find me a number. Just text it to me or something like that, and I'll call them on the air, and we'll see what if we can get them straight. Okay, because they can't. So I'm glad I figured this out that our legislature, Senate and House, they don't really vote for us. But the House is closer to voting for us than the Senate is. I'll put it to you that way. I mean, the House, at least they do realize that, they kind of get a little money from us. But the Senate, I don't know. I think the Senate works for lobbyists, and they used to work for us, but they don't really do that anymore. So I'm just saying we need to, so if somebody just get me a number to one of these lobbying firms that these guys, that these guys work for. I'd love to call them on the air this morning, see if I can get an interview. I want to see if I can get an interview with the people that our legislators work with. Somebody needs to call me. Text me the number. 901-5022. Number there. We'll call them and we'll see if we can have a conversation with the legislators tomorrow. But it used to be us. We're not anymore. So I'm just saying, I mean, we contribute to their upkeep of their homes and their cars. They don't really work for us. It's kind of like a military thing. Yeah, the taxpayers pay the money, but we work for the generals and the politicians. Well, that's it. They work for the lobbyists. They don't really work for us anymore. And I finally figured it out. So we need to call our legislators' employer, okay, our legislators' employer, and find out what the hell's going on, why we can't seem to get the things that we want out of that body. Okay, so we'll take a break and we'll come back. Just hang out and we'll get back. I'll see if I can get the employer on the phone.
News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery.
I'll be back.
Haynes Ambulance is there for you both on the ground and in the air. From a civil page of transport to life and death situations, Haynes is ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, it's the law. The Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is major delay.
If you're always missing part of your favorite show because you have to get out of the car, don't worry, take us with you, either through our streaming app or through your Alexa or Google smart home device. News Radio 1440.
Gold is setting new record highs. So where do you purchase gold even for your IRA? Don't believe paid celebrity hype to buy gold. Call me, Dr. Mike Fulgens, America's gold expert at Universal Coin and Bullion. I've advised attorneys general and the FTC on consumer protections. I don't add ridiculous markups so you won't overpay. Call Dr. Fulgens to buy gold safely and easily by dialing pound 250 on your mobile phone and saying gold expert. That's pound 250 and say gold expert.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had leak filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/triumph first.
No, I did. It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/triumph to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior military discount. One discount per household. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treatment.
Everybody's beautiful.
And get connected to a licensed
their own way.
With zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right, you can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LANE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LANE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LANE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And we are back. 8:47 is the time here on this Tuesday morning here in Montgomery, Alabama. Let's go back to phone. Somebody been waiting forever there, so let me talk to him. Good morning. Oh, not much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to talk to their bosses. Yeah, because it's not us. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes the money worth anything, doesn't it? Because people have to reach a consensus to take it. They don't have to take your money. Because it is, I think it is because it is the backbone. Well, I think because America was built on at that backbone. That doesn't mean that all the people that say they believe do the right thing all the time, because the numbers do. But I believe there's a fervent belief in the power of God when this country, except that slave thing, when this country was created. that's sure, but you work for the guy who pays you. So that's your boss. Who? Of course not. But again, though, listen, you work for the guy who pays you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, but then you work for the people who pay you. So we need let's call your boss. Somebody sent me that text. We need a movement. Call their boss, and their boss is the lobbyist. It's got nothing to do with us. Well, you just spend a lot of time talking about it. I mean, mm-hmm. What? Mm-hmm. Okay, don't put me to sleep. Yeah, don't put me to sleep here now. What's the point? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe. Well, now wait. Now wait a minute. Now maybe I'm just asking the question. Maybe their bosses told them to pass that legislation, and they were only doing what their boss said do. Because they knew the outcome. And again, we need to talk. We need to talk to their boss. Wait a minute. Don't you? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, time out. Don't you think that black folks ought to raise just as much hell at the city council when some? Wait a minute. I don't blame these people for raising hell. Yeah, you should. You pay attention to the people. Okay. Okay. You're boring me though with this because everybody should raise hell. Everybody should raise hell. Everybody should raise hell. But why? Let's wait a minute. Okay. Now. Why should other people worry about you if you're not worried about yourself? Well, get to the point, brother, so I can move on. So what is the point? Well, what? Quickly make the point. Well, they don't have to. They don't have to feel that way. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Okay, I hear you, bro. Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, other people, if you don't care about yourself, other people won't. I don't blame the people for showing up at City Hall. If black folks did it more often down there, show about 200, 300 people at a time, they may get some. But we so used to people getting shot and killed in our communities now, till it just we don't even pay attention when we see it on TV anymore. Good morning, who's this? Yes. Because I don't know who the boss is. But as soon as I find out the lobbying groups, I, okay. But again, I mean, but again, though, listen. If you for sale, that's not my problem. I'm gonna pay for the product. You know. I don't believe that wait. I don't believe that the Porch Creek Indians got anything to do with a lottery. Not a thing. How's that gonna? That's not. Listen, I was out there the other day. Trust me, ain't nobody taking away from their business. But a lottery is just for every citizen spend a dollar here or there and see if you can win something. And that's got nothing to do with gambling. Yeah. Right. And listen, I don't care if people want to spend their money. So be it. I wish I had. Listen, I wish I had something to make people bring money to me and just put it in the machine and leave it there. I ain't mad at them. People have to take responsibility for giving their money away. I lost $20 out there the other day. As a matter of fact, I lost $20 out there. Well, I think I will. Yeah, I'll see who it is. I'll find out who it is. Hey, appreciate it. I'm running out of time. We'll see if we can do it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, I'm doing fine. Oh, we got to go through the financial thing online to find out who it is. Influence. Well, I've heard that there are that the Baptist folks are on their tail about it, but I'm going. Sometimes influence is better than money. They, if no, well, that's what I'm gonna find out. Because if 75% of the people, wait a minute, if 75% if 75% of the people won a lottery, why wouldn't the people who represent those 75% of people pass a lottery? And on a pew, it was on a pew poll. No, PEW, pew poll, POLL. Invest, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, listen, I don't know where that came from, but I do know one thing. Somebody called me. Wait a minute now. Somebody called me another. Wait a minute. Somebody called me the other day and said that they had people in town who rented some of their, what do you call those houses that people rent for visitors? What's it called? The bed and breakfast home. So a lot of those bed and breakfast places did rent stuff out to people coming in. Well, I don't really care. Why do you care? But why do you care? Why? Well, yeah, bro. Yeah, what's that? I well, but that's what I did. But that's what I did. But it's what I did. Maybe so, but I was making a point. Okay, I hear, I hear. I was making a point that just because you say you're something doesn't make you that thing that you say you are. Okay, and Todd gave me the moniker of mayor of the airways, and I kind of like it. Got a shirt like it. I'm still in the man. So okay, so stop whining so much. Man, you need to get. I'm not going to say that. Okay, gotta take a break. We'll be back. Uno momento. I am the mayor of the airways, so whether you like it or not, sorry about that, bro. The 30% shook up the city hall, unlike the 70% who won't do it. I agree with that. So you whiners, don't listen. Why are we worried? The 30% did what the 70% will be doing, and then we would have 100% participation in getting things done. We back. Later.
On News Radio 1440.
Nothing like a good water.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. I'm here with a great in New York. And the judge is getting from former president of criminal fraud trial. Well, the delay of asking for the answer that the president about $10,000 for National Enquirer editor David Kemper will continue testifying when the trial resumes. While the president weighed in outside the courtroom on pro-Palestinian protests taking over college campuses. More than 100 after overnight at NYU. Correspondent Meg Oliver is at the we talked to colleges, schools, where they go out incidents that happen. We also talked to some people who were just in and out of campus, and they were pretty annoyed that they are now having to go to school. Yes, basically, like the president is expected to address four of the abortion conversations. The body has workers election for freedom of the entire country. Florida voters will have the chance to weigh in on the issue at the polls in November. The Supreme Court hears arguments today in the case of an LA man denied a visa to re-enter the country after he married a U.S. citizen. Years later, the couple learned the federal government had tagged him as an MS-13 gang member because of his tattoos. Sparks could fly at a Carolina today. LGBT left the denomination over the about the conference from the World Church. As the Muslim Church, its delegates from all over the world and over time, the actual friends. Dr. James Howell is pastor fires represented Methodist Silver City yesterday. The first quarter of 2024, there was of electric and plug-in global coming the whole of 2020 in the Paris-based International Energy 20% over 2023. CBS is this CBS News. People, why we know for all your car care needs. Parts service you need fast. So the professional parts people have a higher level product. The news isn't good. The IRS in the interest rate. It charges on unpaid taxes and further rate hikes. Most people don't know it, but the IRS anyway, you owe the IRS today, you'll owe more tomorrow. Don't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is J.R. Consulting qualified to Optimal Tax Flow, America's #1 tax relief company. Optimus Tax Professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. The experts at Optimal have solved over $1 billion in tax debt every client. Call now for a free consultation. Only don't 6460 800 6460 800 6460. An Arizona judge has declared a mistrial and taken a ransom in the deadly shooting of the Mexican man in his father for the murder.
The charge was second-degree murder. Nearly 40 defense. 7-year-old George Kelly encountered several men on that day 15 months ago on his cattle ranch. He insisted he fired warning shots from his AK-47 rifle and didn't shoot directly at anyone. The 48-year-old victim was not 100 yards away when he was hit. In the case, got to see the scene of the shooting along with the section of the U.S.-Mexico border. This attorney could push for a retrial. Steve Nixon, CBS News.
The Supreme Court has heard Starbucks' challenge to the National Labor Relations Commission stating that fired workers together were dismissed in 2022 over organizing a union at their campus location, helping find several legal rights. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Don't let's bring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick smoke-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline. Sleep better. Feel healthy. Navage. 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 Breathe easy.
Gold is setting new record highs. So where do you purchase gold even for your IRA? Don't believe paid celebrity hype to buy gold. Call me, Dr. Mike.
All righty then. Go back. Al Green for you this morning. 9:07 at the end of the morning. A lot of things going on. Man, school's almost out already. Don't forget to put some of your students in for the Montgomery Advertiser Student of the Week. Okay. Wednesday is the last day. Thursday is the last day you can vote for these kids. Or you can go to Montgomery Advertiser, and all you do is send if you want to submit somebody. Now, parents cannot submit their own kids, but you can inform your principals and vice principals and teachers to submit one of the outstanding students that they have in their school. Okay, I'm just telling you, you might want to do that. Now, next year, hopefully, we'll get this thing rolling. Even from here, from they don't do it, whatever. Hopefully, they can get it done, and we can have and get somebody from that group to make them the student of the year. And hopefully we'll do that. Maybe we can sponsor that too. I'm glad about a public school. He got 1 more year left, and we also want to do the home that can't. Hey, listen, if we put the whole thing, we might as well put in this last one. Okay? My son didn't want to go to the prom though. Did JD have not JD, did he have a prom this year? They still had junior prom. All high school had prom. Hey, we the junior prom. The senior prom. I'm gonna get the boy touch. No, oh yeah. Oh, good. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to chaperone him, brother. I let him drive my car. I don't let him drive the car. We can have a car. But we're not having no reservations at hotels or anything like that, brother. No. You go to dinner, you go to a movie, then you bring the girl, take her back home to her parents, and make sure her daddy and mama, and you got permission to the prom. And of course, they'll say yes because they know who's Elkins and know who's got some characteristics and things of that nature. So I'm good to go. Okay, so I'm looking for the senior prom next year. That I have his brother Emmanuel take the picture, for him. Yeah, well, good. Okay, so I got the all covered. Yeah. Of course, you'll have a car. Wish that out all the time. 8 to 14 points, a number here. Did they have the prom this year? First, did they have the prom this year? Good morning, who's this? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I went in there the other day, took $20 in there with me, walked out with nothing. That's okay, but that's why I only took $20 in there. But I did see somebody win. I did see somebody win $2,000. But I gave a brother some hope. So, yeah, yeah. I hope I can get my $20 back, but I didn't get it. So I didn't get it. All right, Brittany, yeah, I didn't get money back, but that's okay. We all got. I don't gamble, but I just thought I'd try it out. I'm going to have to like 3 times since I've been here. Good morning. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard this thing. Yeah. Mm, yeah. And they don't mean to lie. They just can't tell us the truth. Mm-hmm. Mm. But now we used to. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Okay. Yeah, that 21st policing theory or philosophy, I said, no, what we need to do is have first different policing. Mhm. Right. Yeah. Yeah, stop on the side of the road, pick up a donut. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Well, and here's another thing. We keep wanting law, and some of this is our fault as a community. We say we want law and order. Then the minute something goes awry that doesn't fit the narrative, oh man, you must be prejudiced, you must be racist, or you must be, that was abuse. Okay, and policemen, and like I told him, I'm one of the policemen that can because he cursed out somebody. Part of his termination was he cursed out somebody. So what? Well, we cursed somebody else. They curse the police out all the time. They got no problem with that. Well, of course, now, right, of course, now, when the recruiter is also the impediment, that's a difficult thing to overcome. That's all I'm just saying. Yeah. Now, well, yeah, I got lied to about a couple of things. But I was hungry, so I had no choice. Oh, but the police department, I don't know. Somebody said that he was more of a competitor than a leader. So that's what I was getting. Mm. All right, appreciate it. In California, they having this problem with people taking parts from stores and leaving those carts all over the city, especially home food and stuff like that. And they want to punish the stores. Well, we want to punish the stores. The store ain't got nothing to do with people taking their carts. And if the store says, "Well, we're gonna make you keep the cart in the store," then I'm not, I'm not shopping in a place where I can't use the cart. And that ain't gonna happen. Okay, unless I'm just going into a Coca-Cola or something like that. I'm not shopping in a place. Oh, like I said before, also, it seems that the great idea of people not being at the counter to check people out has turned out not to be such a great idea after all. Okay? Because I refuse to do business in a store where I have to bag, I got to go pick up my groceries, pay for my groceries, bag my groceries, and all that stuff. No, 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 no. And then turn around and put my money in a slot machine. Okay, that ain't gonna happen. If I want to put my money in a slot machine, I go out to Wind Creek and put the money in there. Okay. Although I am getting something for my money, but if I want to talk to a slot machine, and it seems that the theft has exponentially gotten higher because we don't have human beings at the checkout stands now. But it seems that Walmart is changing their mind. And I went to the VX the other day, out on base, and we got machines out there. If I want to put my money in the slot machine, then I'll go out to Winter Creek. Okay? At least I got a shot of getting some money back. Okay? I'm just saying, I'm not doing good as the companies that do that. No, and first of all, we put a lot of people out of a job. Okay, and at least I get to see a smiling face if I'm having a tough day. That clerk may say something nice to me, and I may feel a whole lot better about my day. So okay, so any store in town that wants me, like Circuit K got something to me, I'm not putting money in this stock machine. If I only put money in the stock machine, I go to Inquiry, put money in it. I'm not going to buy your groceries and put my money in the machine. No, if I'm not good enough to hand my money to you. Yeah, I'm not good enough to shop in your story. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm sorry. Technology is a wonderful thing, but it ain't that not that much. Good morning, who's this? I'm doing fine. How are you? Yeah. Well, I know where they say it came. I know where they say it came. We're not there. We're here in 2024. I mean, we looking for slaves. Yeah, we're not looking for slaves. Policing. Yeah. Go out and get the crook. Sure. But we're not there today. Wait a minute. The only people I'm scared. Wait a minute. The only people I'm scared. Why? Why? So you believe that it has nothing to do with the overwhelming participation in criminality in our neighborhood. We ain't there though. We ain't in the 1700s. Mhm. You know, right. Because the behavior is different. The behavior is different. And So, okay, okay, okay. Now, so why in the world do we have policemen in Africa? Yeah. If you said it was strictly, we got black folks monitoring black people. It sure is. Because they need no police. The only Mhm, mhm. Because they have discipline. Because they have discipline. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mhm, yeah. But your argument, though, your premise is somewhat false. We have policemen in Africa cities. Well, how do you? Okay, sure, sure, but he also was free. He also, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I got you. All right. I got it. I got it. You have an interesting perspective. To stay low. Woo! We'll be back. So we have to lose. How do you maintain order? Because if the big guy, the stronger guy, has more power than you do, then you will always be subjugated to a slave. Hmm. We'll be back. Woo!
Bible, 855-51 Bible.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, posting pictures.
NA to keeping the country news 1440.
Okay, we're back. 860-1414. Now here, want to give us a call. Let me talk to you. Whatever on your mind this morning. That last call kind of, you know, it gave me a different perspective on life. It really did. Okay then. 860-1414. You can text me. Area code 334-901-4022. Just in case you got something that's really confusing. Outstanding. Outstanding. Yeah. We think into the future. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we didn't have the internet back then. Mm-hmm. So do we get to, well, let me ask you, a question. Do we get to excuse the behavior of our people because of the past? Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that dude. Wait, did you jaywalk? Did you jaywalk? That ain't his problem that you let the wind take you. I'm from South Bend, right next door. Wait a minute, wait a minute. So you had a wait, how I got this? You had a tracks on, and the wind blew you. Okay, the wind blew you. I gave you a jaywalking to the group, and you was jaywalking. You had to walk. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, we're still doing that today. We're still doing that today. Yeah, so don't wear platform shoes. Oh, okay. I had some. I had some. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I see you, bro. I hear. I hear. Listen, I appreciate it. I appreciate the call there. Well, I'm still trying to get over this policeman, this limestone correctional facility ward, and his wife arrested for mental drug test. I mean, so we got people in jail out there in limestone for drugs, and we got the we got the head guy and his wife doing drugs. I'm telling you. I mean, hey, I'm not right in that picture. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Mm. Well, I mean, back in the old days, That's pretty much gone. So, I mean, I don't know, the kids have always had to. There's nothing new with that. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. All right, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, one of the things, and again, we can't get to the future because we're so heavy to it. Like the last day, my position. A particular native, native hospital, the school foundation, was a good point. The key agency, I can tell you, this to be able to support, because yeah, a lot of bad things happen then. A lot of bad things happen. Bad things happening now. But again, how do you, how do you have a society or a community without somebody to enforce the laws? Again, even the ants have organizational tools by which they use in order to be productive. So if the ants figure this out, it seems like to me that we should be able to figure this out also. Not going at 2 in the morning and say, who's here? Good morning. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Pamela called her, but she never heard about Elkins and Selma. She never can say. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. As a matter of fact, there were more white shot than black folks shot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I appreciate it, man. And I got the listen. I got the worst butt whooped by police up in Seattle, Tacoma, Washington. Actually, one night, sheriff pulled me over and said, "Hey, boy, we can call him boy. He said, and protect the country." And he said, "You boy, I got your boy right here." And next thing I knew, I was down there with my boy. The crap beat out of me. Uh, so I did pick my share of butt whoop in front of police. I take it on. Because after that, I just shut up. 824 number, get money on there. Good morning. What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that got to do with other things? but that was under the old system. We don't live under that. Right. And so you don't believe, so you don't believe that people know, most of what's done, that thing, opportunity. That's right. I think we're going to take my last figure hour and we'll get back to this call this morning. Being loved is a good thing to do. And we are back. Hope everyone's, what you got? Interesting. Matter of fact, to my friend who called about the police, um, I was reminded that there have been police around since the time of Jesus. So it didn't just come out after slavery. There were police around. We had to call them, they call them centurions or whatever they call them back in the day. But there have been police around somebody to maintain the law and order. We may not agree with the law, but the law is the law. And somebody has to make sure it is enforced. It is the only thing that separates us from government. I think that always been a little bit always been. So society has to have a civilization too. And of course that would be this football. Okay. Not one in there. All right. I mean, I don't know. We should be scared of people. You know, yeah, be scary of everything. Also, pay attention to surroundings. And again, this everybody carries attitude. Ooh, I think it's way out. You know, maybe you will govern legislature to think about repealing this law. I think it has had some unintended consequences. It's been false lot of many people who live out of that. Just because you get where you need to go get that. And some people, at one point, they go when they're wanting to, I don't know what it is. Mobility. That's not a warning to us. And there's such thing as a warning because something's going to happen at some point. I'm not around with it. I want to be around and it's good. I don't want to be around. It's going to happen. It's going to be like, oh, shoot out of the okay, correct. But someone is going to be yeah. So I hope I hope it's a while before it comes. But it's coming. It's slowly coming. It's slowly coming. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Why is that? Well, uh, I mean, yeah, and I would imagine this week is what that kind of statement is made by the you know, I will well, not like but I know I think it's Well, not really. I mean, I understand that. Well, I mean, yeah, but she doesn't represent, she doesn't represent all black people. But she has her own opinion. But she doesn't represent all black people. Black people want police too. Yeah, but one person does not make law. But, but yeah, I mean, well, yes, I mean, people need for a variety of police officers. Mhm. Never has been, never will be. All right then. Good morning. Yeah, yeah. But I got to ask you. But I got to ask you the question though. Listen, the question that he asked wasn't true. If you don't want to use the water in your community, who the hell else is that? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. All right, tell one more call. We're gonna call this morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. I hear you. You are black. You don't think we know that, but you know. Now listen, I appreciate being able to thank you guys. Maybe get it right. Again, you'll never move if you keep yourself tethered to the me. I'm all about upward mobility. And again, human beings are the only people that can change the situation by changing their attitude.